Hey YouTube friends, it's Dee Dee again. I had been asked to do a Vera Bradley travel bag comparison, kind of a review and comparison of the different travel bags. So I have three. I have a large duffel in Jazzy Blooms. This is a pattern from spring of this year. I have a weekender that's going to be a Midnight Blues, again from spring of this year. And then I have a Grand Traveler in ribbons from, it's a breast cancer pattern from, you guys correct me if I'm wrong, October of last year, was it? Or the year before? I can't remember. They're keeping ribbons around another year. I'm so excited. Off topic, I know, sorry, again. Ribbons, like normally they come out with a new breast cancer pattern in every October. Or kind of a little before October, but ribbons is sticking around another year. I'm so excited. It's one of my all-time favorite patterns. I love it. So it's sticking around because it is such a popular pattern. So anyway, we will get on with the comparison here. So first off, I have a Vera Bradley large duffel, and let me actually got the dimensions for you guys. The large duffel is 22 inches by 11.5 inches by 11.5 inches, and it has a 15-inch strap drop. The straps are quilted, and I've done separate reviews of all of these. The large duffel I did with a haul, kind of went through the large duffel with one of my hauls. But the other two I have separate videos on, so if you haven't seen those and you're interested in these bags, you can go look at those reviews. So the large duffel is just a big open compartment, no pockets or anything on the inside here. It has one slip pocket on one end, the other end has nothing. So, and also I had done the reviews of these bags, and I hadn't, I feel like they really can't be called reviews because I had not, at the time that I did those videos, had not actually used the bags. And since I have used these bags, and I feel like I can give a better kind of comparison of them, and you know, maybe give you some perspective as to what will fit like on an airplane and what would be the best to carry, you know, if you're going to be putting it under the seat and the overhead, whatever. So the large duffel is it's a big bag. The dimensions, the length I think of it is bigger than the Grand Traveler by like an inch. So I will tell you, I used this, one of my large duffels I used on a beach trip over Labor Day. And now first off, I worked for U.S. Airways for a very long time, way back in the day. Not that old, in my 30s, but it feels like it was forever ago. So I was a professional traveler back then, so I have a lot of experience with different makes and models of travel bags, and I really do know some of my personal favorites in travel bags. I can tell you that Eddie Bauer makes great duffel bags, and that had been my favorite up until I'd used my first Vera Bradley large duffel, and I am telling you, this bag is amazing. This is a great travel bag. If you like the duffel style, I'll tell you, the straps being quilted and the strap drop being so long, instead of having like most duffels do, that one big long adjustable strap and the bag is like really awkward as you're walking through the airport. Like, this bag is awesome. It doesn't do that because it's got these great, the double handles that are quilted, and the strap drop is like, it's perfect. It hits you in a perfect spot. When I traveled to the beach, it was like for a 5-day trip, and let me tell you, like, I am an overpacker, like, really bad. I'm a very indecisive person when it comes to what I'm going to wear, and I change my mind about 15 times, and, like, so I'm a major overpacker. And when I was filling up this bag for my trip, like, I just kept shoving stuff in there, and, like, I don't know where it was going because, like, it just never ran out of room. It was crazy. So this is a fabulous, this is the best duffel bag that I've ever used, ever. Love it. You will love this. Now, I will tell you, this bag is way too big to be considered a personal item. I really don't think you're going to be getting past the flight attendants and gate agents with this and a rollerboard. That is very unlikely to happen. This is a big bag. The small duffel, you could probably use that as a personal item, but this is not a personal item. They would consider this a carry-on, and it would have to go in the overhead. So if you have a rollerboard with you, that's too much. So this is the large duffel. Great travel bag. I love it. This is the Weekender. And, hold on, let me get you dimensions. So the Weekender is 18.5 inches by 12.5 inches by 8 inches. It has a 6.5 inch handle drop with the rolled handles. And then it has a 48.5 inch strap. It's got an adjustable strap that goes with it. I'm not going to go into too much depth on this because, like I said, I did separate reviews of both this and the Grand Traveler. So this is your interior. You've got 3 slip pockets that are decent size. On one wall, you have 2 bigger pockets on the other wall. You've got a front pocket here, 2 slip pockets on the back right here, and you have a trolley sleeve, which is really handy. So this, if you are an overpacker, if you are a girl that maybe is indecisive and you want a lot of options when you travel, I don't know that this is going to be the best bag for you because honestly, this bag is truly, as it's named, it's the Weekender. It holds a weekend worth of clothes, your hair dryer, and some really essentials when it comes to toiletries. If you're a light packer, though, and you know exactly what you need to bring, this would be a great bag for you. I will tell you, though, even though that's the case and I'm kind of an overpacker, I will probably get the most use out of this bag because this bag, it's not nearly as large as the Grand Traveler, and you could get by with this on an airline as your personal item if you don't overpack it. If you overpack it, it's going to look big and bulky, and I don't know that they would let you buy with this as your personal item. If you're one of those people that likes to, like when I go to the airport, I usually have a carry-on size rollerboard. So now I have my 22-inch Vera Bradley spinner that I'll be taking as my carry-on. I will pack this probably to here enough so I can squish it down. This will fit under a seat on an airplane if you don't overpack it. And you can kind of squish down the top, and it's got a little room for you to squish it. This will fit under the seat. So these are my 2. I'll probably get the most use out of this because it can be considered your personal item, and I can carry it with my 22-inch spinner that I have. So but truly it's a weekend bag. That's why it's called the Weekender. So that is the Weekender. This big guy, this is the Grand Traveler. This is a beautiful bag. I'm very happy that I bought it. I don't know that I'll get as much use out of it when I travel by air. Now, I do get a lot when I travel by car. This bag holds, it's a little more like structured than the large duffel, but you're going to be able to fit, I think, a little bit more. It's taller. Like, I fit more in this. Well, I can't say more. I would say probably around the same amount of stuff as I did my large duffel. This is a fantastic bag, but maybe if you were traveling by air going on a short trip, you could just take this because it does hold a good amount of stuff. But I'll tell you, this is a big bag, and the dimensions on this one is 21 inches by 14.5 inches by 9.5 inches. It's got a 7-inch handle drop with the rolled handles, and then it's got a 52.5-inch adjustable strap. Now, one thing I would caution you about with this bag, and by the way, if you didn't see the review, you just got you got a big pocket here, you got one boarding pass size, very convenient pocket here. Very, very large on the inside. I don't know if you can see this. It's got 4 slip pockets, so it's 2 slip pockets on each wall, and they are big slip pockets. A large cosmetic that's full can fit in one of these slip pockets. And both the Weekender and the Grand Traveler have a solid cardboard base that's removable if you want to wash it. The large duffel does not. So in my opinion, the Grand Traveler and the Weekender hold their shape very well. And on the back you've got the same thing, a trolley sleeve. You've got 2 slip pockets on the sides of the trolley sleeve. Now, the thing I would caution you about is this is a large travel bag. It's got a bit more weight on it because it's got the handles, it's more structured, it's got the metal components for the straps. So it's heavier than the large duffel right off the bat. And if you're going to stuff this thing full, I mean, this has got to go in, even if you don't stuff this full, there is no way this is a personal item. This has got to be a carry-on item, and it has to go in the overhead bin. So you cannot take this on an airplane with a rollerboard. It's not going to fit. You are not fitting this under the seat. This is a carry-on size. This is way too big to be considered a personal item. And if you stuff this full, you are going to struggle, I'm telling you. It just, I don't know, I get frustrated when people do, like, their review, and, you know, it is a great bag, I'll admit that. It's great for travel by car, and train would be great for that. I would not take it, though, if I had to lug it around, like, everywhere. Like, if I didn't have a rollerboard to set it on top of, like, I wouldn't do that. It just frustrates me when people are like, oh, it's such a beautiful big bag, and then they, you know, have carried it through the airport, or carried it on a trip or something, and they're like, oh, it's just so heavy. It's just awful. It's so heavy. Of course it's heavy. It's a big bag, and if you stuff this full, it's going to be, like, super heavy. So I would caution you against that. If you're an overpacker like me, this bag gets extremely heavy when I pack it full. So just a word of caution if you are interested in the Grand Traveler. Again, like I said, this will not pass. If you're just taking this in your purse or a backpack or something, you can do that on an airplane. That would totally work. But you cannot take this and a rollerboard. That is not going to work. They're going to tell you to check one of your bags. And personally, I am not checking my new Vera luggage, and I'm definitely not checking my Grand Traveler. So anyway, that's just a word on the Grand Traveler. So I hope maybe this answers your questions. I apologize. I really cannot remember who had asked me to compare these bags. And I'm sorry it's kind of late, but I didn't really use these bags, so I didn't feel like I could give a really good comparison or review. The other thing, I kind of wanted to try it. I'm going to try this, but I don't have very much frame to work with here. So I had a lot of questions on it, you know, how, in relation to the Grand Traveler, the Weekender, you know, what's the size of the two. So I'm going to try my best to show you this, and I'm hoping that maybe you can tell. Let's do this. This might have worked if I had maybe packed it with some stuff. So I don't know how good of a... The best thing to do, though, honestly, is this is what I did. If you don't have a Vera Bradley store or retailer where you can actually see these bags in person, the best thing to do is, and I can link them below in my video after I upload it. I'll link the Vera Bradley website and these particular items so that it'll take you right to it. But the best thing to do, if you don't have a Vera store, if you don't have a retailer where you can actually see these bags and you have to do all of your purchasing via the internet or, you know, on the website, take like a duffel bag or a travel bag that you have. A duffel would probably work best. The dimensions are on the website, and I went over all the dimensions in this video. So take those dimensions, take your travel bag, and just measure out your travel bag first, and then with your tape measure, just measure what the dimensions would be, like from the Vera Bradley website, if you're interested in these bags. I find that works for me. Hopefully that'll work if you're interested in these bags. So again, if you have any questions or comments, please feel free to ask. I will gladly answer. It's been a long day, guys. I'm sorry. I totally just lost my train of thought again. Anyway, questions or comments, ask below, and I'll try to get these uploaded tonight. Sorry that it took so long to that person that was waiting for this. I apologize. But anyway, that is the comparison of the three larger Vera Bradley travel bags that I have. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you have a good week. Have a good one.